So there's been this thing going around social media, and I tend to agree with it, but I want to hear your take. So this entire year, the entire NCAA year, all we've been hearing is Clayton Clark, which rightfully so. She's been putting up numbers that's like godly numbers, like crazy numbers. However, I think there's a discrepancy. It feels like there's a discrepancy the way that we talk about, Caitlin Clark, and then we talk about other players. Like they people were saying that Caitlin Clark was like the runaway player of the year, and I'm like, all right, hold on. What about Leah Boston? What about Angel Reese? What about you said her name, Amisa Morrow? Do you think that there is a disparity in the way that the WNBA covers African American players that are dominant because they, not saying that there aren't great Caucasian players, but all I've heard this entire year, while yes, Aaliyah Balls has been great and she may probably win the Player of the Year, I've heard way more coverage about Caitlin Clark putting up 40 pointers. And do you think that there's a discrepancy in the way that we cover, or that the NCAA and media in general covers African American players outside of, or compared to Caucasian players that are doing good?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I feel that because people think um people automatically know that basketball is a predominantly black sport.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel that when they find a Caucasian player, white player do well, that it's something that's going to drive headlines.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of like, oh, okay, whatever, when the black person does it. and but I feel that, with that, it just shows how much um they don't care about black person. Aaliyah has been playing all year, dominating, and they're like, oh, but wait, this person. I just feel like if the roles were switched and it was Caitlin Clark, um, doing that, but Aaliyah Boston was kind of doing a Caitlin Clark thing, I don't think that they would have a discussion about it. It's just kind of like, oh, well, Caitlin, she's that's it, like
Yeah.
that's it. But with Aaliyah, it's like, well, I'm not sure yet, So it's very annoying. It's very frustrating,
Mm-hmm.
um, to see that. And if she doesn't get it, if Aaliyah doesn't get it, it's going to be hell. Like everybody's gonna go off.
Yeah.
Which I don't think she won't get it, but um yeah, they just need to give it to her. But yeah, when it comes to that stuff, it's always a but wait when it comes to black people. But if it's white, it's clear cut. This is what it is. No arguments here. So they need to work on that, because it's just not. And I get it. They're doing it, to increase engagement and keep the conversation going. But like you said, like it's just something that is different when it depends on that player.
Yeah, I kind of hearken. I kind of go back to, it's a Jimmer Fredette syndrome, in my opinion. Jimmer Fredette going crazy, putting up all these numbers, but it's like, yeah, it's easy to put, I'm not gonna say easy, but yeah, you can put up 44 when you're taking 45 shots, or you can put up 50 when you're pulling from 34. You know what I'm saying? And again, I'm not taking anything away from Caitlin because she's been going crazy, but I just noticed, and you even, which I think that's why highlight her is so good. And you guys do an incredible job because you highlight people and you highlight things that should be highlighted. You highlight incredible women doing incredible things in sports. And it's not just all right, we're just going to talk about, Caitlin Clark for 15 segment or 15 posts. Like, you guys do a great job at that. And I really wanted to ask you that question because when I saw that Amisha Morrow didn't win the conference player of the year. I'm like, hold on, wasn't she going? I know she's a freshman, wasn't she going crazy? Like she was going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a Jimmy Fredette thing, man. Jimmy Fredette was going crazy, but his team wasn't that good. And I'm not saying Iowa was that good, but you take Caitlin Clark off of Iowa, it's a wrap. And it's just
Oh
like,
yeah, for sure.
so